Hello and welcome to my cooking show, and today I will make sushi. Let's go! Okay, so the first step you want to do is to put some 700 grams of Okay, so breaking news. I have used the Swedish measures, but I am going to put the American or English measures in the bottom left corner to make it easier for the Americans and Englishmen to understand this video. 700 grams of rice into a medium-sized pot. After you've done that, you want to rinse the rice off with water. Okay, so now that you fill the pot, you want to stir it around with your hand very good. So I'm just gonna wash off my hands. Okay, so now that you have washed your hands, you are going to stir like this until the water becomes whitish. Okay, so now that the water is whitish, you're going to put a strainer. You're going to pour out the rice on a strainer. Okay.
Magic.
Okay, so now you want to repeat this step a couple of times until the water becomes clear. Okay, so why we did this was because we wanted to drain off the starch on the rice, because otherwise it becomes very sticky and hard to work with and kind of disgusting. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, so now we want to put in 1 liter and 50 centiliters or half a deciliter. So it's one part rice and 1.5 parts water. If you want to do more or less. Whoopsie. So you pour in your water. More careful than I did, otherwise it will be messy. So. Okay, so now you want to cook your rice. And how you do that is you put it on medium-high heat, 7 or 8, pretty good. Let it start to boil, and when it boils, put it on low heat, 2, 3, about that, and then you let the rice cook for 15 minutes. Well, one thing I forgot to say was, when the water starts to boil, you need to stir with a spoon or something that can stir around. You can stir around the rice with, so the rice don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Okay, so now the water is boiling. So now you want to stir up. Just need to put this away, and you need to scrape in the bottom because sometimes it sticks, and always it sticks, and you can feel some of them getting off. Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay, so now, ouch, you put the lid on and you lower the temperature to 3 or 2. I put it on 3 because I think it's very good, and you just wait for 15 minutes, and after you have boiled the water. the rice, you want to let it sit for about 10 minutes. And it will be nice and good. Okay, so now we will put in our very fine rice into our big bowl. So you just start to just make it like this, turn it around. Big rice into our big bowl. So you just hold it and you scoop some out and continue doing that, because we have our fine rice that will go to even finer rice. You put in your rice vinegar, you put like half of it, and then half of a deciliter, I mean, because you will need 1 deciliter in total, so you put half of it, and that's half a deciliter. So now you just go back and forth like this, and then you turn and you go back and forth like this. And then you need to spread out the rice vinegar so it gets on all the places. And then you go again with the rest of it. And by doing this, you separate the different rice grains, and you spread this rice vinegar around, so it don't goes in only one place. And now you need to go like this. So you kind of like flip the rice up, then you go do this, so the bottom layer goes on top. So you can do this kind of move on both the top and the bottom layer. Okay, so my cameraman needed to buy some stuff. So you need to taste your rice to see if it's like hard or just doesn't taste so good. So you take a spoon, put some on, and taste. Mine was perfect, so nothing to do there. But if it's hard or just doesn't taste good, like it's soft and very no good, then you just, I don't know, you do whatever you want, but it should taste like not hard or too soft. So yeah, to next step. Okay, so the next step is to cut our vegetables. So I chose some, and I chose cucumber, paprika, and some lettuce. So we're gonna start with the cucumber. So take a sharp knife, cut off. Okay, so now we're done with our cucumber. So we move on and cut our paprika or pepper. So you cut the end off. Okay, and now we will cut these shrimps. So we just pour them out. Now we're done. So we just do like this. Okay, so now we just have one thing left. And that one thing is our lettuce. So you stack them up, roll them, and go like this. And then we're done. So you can see it becomes like kind of long things when you roll them up. So we take a bowl and put our lettuce in. Actually, we have one more thing left, and that is we have some more things. I forgot some things. It's we need to cut our salmon. So we cut it in thin strips, just like this. Cutting onto each other. Okay, so the next step is to make shield mayonnaise. Okay, so for this step you are going to need mayonnaise and sriracha. So take a few spoons with mayonnaise. And then you take your sriracha sauce. Whoa, shit! And then you just give it a good mix. Okay, so now to the assembly. So we take some seagrass or nori, okay? So you take seaweed or nori paper, put the blank side down on a bamboo mat, rolling mat, okay? So you start with the rice, you water your hands, take some rice, and you do that because you don't want the rice to stick to your hands. You kind of like push it outwards, but not too hard, so it becomes compressed. And you want it to be even and about 1 centimeter thick. But you don't want to put the rice on the whole nori. Leave like 2 centimeters of just nori and no rice. Okay, so we forgot about 2 toppings, and that is avocado and roasted onions. And then you want to kind of roll it, but you want to kind of fold it over, and then you want to press. Then you take away this rolling mat, you roll again, and you are going to leave this space, put this thing on, press hard, and then you put some water on your fingers, just like this, and then you want to put that water that is on your fingers on there, because it will stick to the other dry nori when you roll it. So you continue rolling, and then you press really hard, and then you have a full roll. And when you're done with this roll, you put it on a cutting board, and then you put it in the fridge, and put the first sushi roll the furnace in. So you do like this. So when you do the rest of them, you will have space for them. I will come back later when I have my rolls ready. Okay, so now you will want to cut your sushi rolls after you have put it out of the refrigerator. Bara att de skulle trycka.
Inte så mycket.
Du kanske behöver skölja av den emellan också. Varför kan det vara så här? Kan man ge dem också små...
I cut myself while wetting my knife.